I am Couch Goop and welcome to another 5 more. A little bit of a special one this one because we've probably got more than 5 and I'm looking at the Capcom arcade cabinet thing that is totally free on the PlayStation Network, but it only comes with 1942, which if you don't know is 943 Coop. It's a 941. It's a top-down, old-school shooter, proper old school. It's good, but it's couch co-op. But this is just microtransaction laden. But it kind of needs to be if it's coming out with the bare bones and it's available for nothing. Then yeah, there's no reason why you shouldn't pump a little bit of money into it. And I'm probably going to do a guide to where you should be going for the best couch co-op experiences with this. Obviously, Golden Axe. You've got Fatal Fury on there, Final Fight's on there. There's some real classics, amazing games. So I'll have a good old delve and come back to you on it. First official game on the list is of course Neon Chrome, and you may have just come off the back of my new Cyberpunk video, games that aren't Cyberpunk Part 2. That's the last and only mention of it, but the game was very good as a twin stick, and it's got 4-player couch co-op, and this is the 2-player. Kez came round, Kez is not wet behind the ears with twin sticks, and things got really hectic really quickly. The game is brilliant, with giving you like a random loadout choice as well, and having destructible walls and environments. That's something I didn't mention in the Cyberpunk video, that it can be blown up and smashed to pieces, this gaming map. What a great idea. It's also got a rum old dollop of 80s nostalgia with a lot of its visuals and the name itself and the neon within the game design. It's also got some brilliant ideas with the roguelike sphere, having a massively long trail of levels to get to the top of, and having this sort of pod regeneration. The fact that you're playing as a remote controlled humanoid really gives that idea of, you know, a new one printed out for the next mission. It's a great idea and a really cool little future world. The AI is actually not bad, and the hierarchical difference in enemy behavior is brilliant. You get to see what the guys are going to do well before a lot of the stuff blows up in front of your face. There's a layered attempt at keeping you back from progressing in the level. There's also a point, as with most well-made indie games, where you get this synergy going, this unspoken rhythm, and this game enhances that so well with its visuals and its music and its gunplay and the way you sort of go through doors and open up different parts of the level. It kind of all came together. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to play you a nice bit of extended because it just all swept in. Everything was happening at the right time. The neon chrome thing was going up the left, the music was changing key. Amazing game. Okay, next up we've got a game called Dodgeball Academia. Okay, now this is not a ranked list technically. What's happened now is that this whole list has gone PvP, and I've suddenly realised that I need to do a player versus player. So gone out of this co-op business, I want to fight somebody in the realms of a game on screen, right? Not in a pub. Dodgeball Academia bills itself as Pokemon meets Mario Tennis. Now, holy crap, and how is that so? Wow. Well, straight off the bat, Mario Tennis gives you a selection of characters. I know this game has more than one character, but when you want to play someone else locally or versus, you're going to have to use what you've got on the single player front, and so it's only this character at the moment. And I am a bit annoyed with that because I'm not prepared to put loads of time into the campaign and start getting variation, but you might be. This might be your kind of thing. It is quite funny because you've got a catch mechanic and a throw mechanic, and you can change up a lot with the environments, including putting moving cards in, which is just not enjoyable. Experimenting with this is a lot of fun, and I think spending a lot of time on the campaign to look at the other characters and see how they kind of differ with their movesets. At the moment I'm only fighting them, haven't had any of them be put on my team, and when we selected our players on our side, we control all three of them, like in a sort of locked synergy thing. They're not independent. It's a very weird game, this. I was trying to enjoy myself and completely getting distracted by just how strange everything is. But then I was thinking it could be very good if you could select your roster and there were certain characters that could really excel in areas and you could start using them when you place them on the pitch. I need to go and play Blood Bowl 2, I think.
Welcome to Lethal League Blaze.
Lethal League Blaze, Blaze Blue Combat League, Blaze Blue 2 Lethal League Combat. This game is alright, and it's totally so much better than the Arcadiam that we just saw. It's got some crazy characters and colours and music, I'll give you that. Jet Set Radio is actually what it completely reminds me of. But it's the whacking of the ball that this game's all about. Your characters don't really have that much difference in their jumps or speed or even whackability, and returning the ball or getting the speed up on the ball or charging it so that it gives you a hit when it impacts the opponent is kind of what it's all about. But all the madness that goes on, and when you miss it or it rebounds in a direction you didn't plan to, or even the ball getting intercepted, gives it just loads of longevity because the fights go very crazy. I suppose it could be deemed as a bit of a Smash Brothers clone, yeah, and working out the 4-player setup was really cool, and that is something, again, we didn't see on Dodgeball, is that there's a huge missed opportunity to have 4 people. We had 2v2, so me and Kez were on the same team fighting the other guys, and again, more playtime, more to do, loads more angles on the attack because you're coordinating with each other about where that damn ball is. I love the idea of that Get a Blaster at the bottom of the screen there, and of course how complicated some of the user interface is at the top of the screen there, and there's a teleport thing that appears. A hell of a lot goes on at a very high pace, so you need to get your head around the mechanics of the game before venturing into any online or any of the hard AI opponents. The Tetris Effect was on my January roundup video, which didn't go down massively well. I'm sorry if you did see it, but this is kind of a repeat because I thought it had been on one of my 5 more videos. It hasn't. Just been through all 30 episodes. Could have sworn it, but no, I've never covered it. And it is the perfect emulation of the classic Tetris on a 2-player couch co-op level. Now that's something I want to talk about because Tetris 99 over on the Switch, which I moaned about in the January video, is totally a nightmare to get it working with 2 people and 1 Switch on 1 TV screen. It wants more money out of you to be able to do that. I sat looking at that $8.99 thing on the store for months thinking, don't do it, don't, it's not gonna be what you want, even though it says, oh, local co-op. No, boycott that. Tetris 99, well, don't on an online level because it's like crack, that game. But yeah, this is where you need to find the good stuff when it comes to being able to compete with someone in the same room as you and see their screen and see what's going on. The Tetris Effect, I remember, was on the PlayStation VR as well, and it was a hell of an experience having all of those blocks and amazing music and visuals. That's what this game's angle really was back when it came out, was that you're just going to experience Tetris in this sort of psychedelic LSD dream, which is totally what it is. And I need to commend it for giving us some crazy ass modes. Some modes, I still have no idea what's going on with them. You have a boss fight, and you have like an AI companion. So if there's 2 of you, there's 3 of you fighting a single boss who's also controlled by the AI. Then it goes into a turn-based mode that everything is just crazy. As a local PvP game, things don't get much better than Tetris. It really does have quite a lot of what I'm looking for with a decent, smaller PvP game. You've got those tactics, you've got that fast pace.
5 points!
talking a fast pace, hang on, you can't just, this is another video from your January roundup. Well, here's the thing, my monthly roundups are going to have what couch co-op game I'm currently preparing to put into a larger list, so it's always a good idea to have a look at them. And of course I've delved into this before and shown you guys a little bit about it. We had a look at the original Neo Geo version. It's a damned fine PvP game this. It kind of lacks in areas, and we're going to get to those in a second. So, thinking about the top PvP local games, can't say co-op, you know what I'm talking about, versus, do I include fighters in that list? Because I've got a whole door then of 20 odd games that I've got to then put into a hierarchy. I might just knock them out. And thinking of it, Disc Jammers, do you remember that? On the PlayStation 4, came out free on one of the months, like one of those random weird little games that we got free, and it was actually quite good, and it was damn similar to this. Maybe I'll pull that one out of the rafters and see what the hell that was all about. So why have I put Windjammers 2 sort of above Tetris? Is this a ranked list? Yes and no. Because you've got a lot of choice with this game. When it comes down to returning that frisbee, you can do all manner of stuff like you could in a fight game. So you've got all these options that make you start thinking even before it's landed, and where that frisbee is going to land is also a huge factor. And you can put some ricochet, bounce off the obstacles. Things start getting really crazy, like subliminally crazy. You almost start knowing where it's going to appear. The rallies get quicker. It's very good.
Here we go.
A golf game. A freaking golf game, Coop. You're selling us a golf game as the winner of a 5 more episode, are you? Well, just hold your horses, because I've never had a golf game win one of these lists, and there's a hell of a lot of really good ones. This one is on Game Pass and free at the moment, and of course you've got it on all of the systems. It's got up to 15 people I think that you can have, and you don't need a numerous amount of pads either. You can just do it on the one pad, which is a godsend if you own a PlayStation 5. Of all the sessions played on this list, this one got the most sort of laughs, the most reactions, the most sort of nail biters, the biggest fails. It really was something that got us up in our seats and interacting again. It was a great opportunity to sit back and watch the other person. By the way, if you play it on 2 pads, you can just move your pad to move their cursor around, and you can really start playing with somebody. If they weren't to know, you could really start playing with somebody with that. Also, because it's mini golf and sort of no holes barred with the law, you can go to Candyland or play underwater with a horrible mimic of what I feel sounds like Under the Sea. I know it's not. Let's see if it gets copyrighted on some level, but that gets to you after 45 minutes. What doesn't get to you though is the most amount of fun you've had on a mini golf game for a long time, because I think it's very slick looking, the camera is quite smooth, and you get to unhook it and really have a look around the entire map and get a feel for the area itself. Golf, Mario Golf on the original Wii, when it was a novelty to have that controller as the top of the golfing stick. That was a great game, thinking about it in hindsight. Seymour, you and me had what felt like a 24-hour session on that. Is there anything major we should know about with the unlockables or progression with this game? And actually, yeah, there's some really cool cosmetic upgrades and unlocks that appear if you get certain accolades in the main campaign, and that's actually quite cool when you're playing with somebody to look different and have different stuff on you. So, as per, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be there!